Well, I wouldn't say it is chaos, but knife crime is clearly a problem. It's clearly a problem in our big cities. It's clearly a problem in places like London and other big cities around the UK. I mean, I think that Britain has got a very good track record on cracking down on violent crime. I was thinking when we were talking about Southport, you know, that this is a community that needs time to grieve, not to have its grief hijacked by the far right. But remember Dunblane and Hungerford, and after Dunblane, some very draconian and quite right laws on handguns came into being, and I think the number of deaths by handguns are very few and far between in the UK. But clearly knife crime is a massive problem, and clearly the police and the authorities, the mayors of these cities, need to work together to make sure there is zero tolerance for people carrying knives or using knives.
I mean, Nels, you talked earlier about Sir Keir Starmer saying, well, actually, he's going to throw the book at them. But as Rob is saying, you know, is he able to throw the book at them when we've got this massive backlog in the courts and we haven't got space to put them in prison anyway?
So I'm not a lawyer. I have not spent a single day in doing legal training. I've not even done a GCSE whatsoever or anything else. But I found myself spending a lot of time in court recently, largely because young people keep contacting me on Twitter because they've pretty much been caught up in some form of malicious communications act charge, and the CPS it's lost all concept of context whatsoever in these sorts of things, and so they're calling me and asking me to help them out. So I'm having to introduce them to lawyers and barristers, and I think that the CPS focused on the core job, focused on serious crimes, not one young person, say, using slang to another person or so, and you, older person, thinks it sounds offensive, and then you put them in court. Focus on serious stuff, clear the backlog as a result of that, get away from policing silly talk on Twitter, where there's serious issues on Twitter, serious malicious communication, focus on that. But let's focus on serious issues, and then we'll be able to get to a serious violent reduction or so, dealing with violent crimes